It's not that hard to take photos which will be accepted online for renewing adult New Zealand passports. This video will show you how to do it and spell out all the technical and image requirements. Photographer Simon Wolfe will give you a few tips as well.
Hi there.
Digital photos in JPEG format must now be used by anyone over 16 years old renewing a New Zealand passport using our online renewal service. This allows you to upload your photo electronically on our website. For best results and to help ensure your passport application is accepted, we recommend using the services of one of the many professional passport photo outlets who advertise their services in your area. The file type you submit must be a JPEG. That's what most compact cameras shoot anyway, but if it's something else, use an editing program and save it as a JPEG. The file size must be somewhere between 500 kilobytes and 10 megs. The size of the picture must be a minimum of 900 pixels wide by 1200 pixels high, and a maximum of 4500 wide by 6000 pixels high. That's a 4:3 aspect ratio in portrait format. The picture must have the head centered with a clear gap around the sides and top, including hair. Maximum size of head, including hair, must be 75% of the photo. Shoot in full colour, best quality, and send us the original image, with your features not tweaked or altered at all.
To start off with, you've got to make sure that your camera is set up absolutely right. Whether it's a professional camera like this or a compact like this, the setup is essential in gaining a great result.
Consult your camera manual to make sure it's set to take colour photos, save pictures as JPEG images, aspect ratio 4:3. If your camera's aspect ratio is in pixels, divide the large number by the small number, and 1.33 means your camera is set to 4:3. The small pixel number must be between 900 and 4500 pixels to give a good enough quality for passport photos. If your camera doesn't support 4:3, you'll need to crop your image later using image editing software. If your camera settings allow changes to colour space, set yours to sRGB. This ensures your camera's colours match most video monitors and printers. The photo standards we require match those set by the International Civil Aviation Organization and work best in chip-enhanced e-passports, meaning you should get through border control faster. As well as being in focus, the picture must have no shadows or reflected light on the face, and be shot against a plain and light background with strong contrast between face and background. There must be only one person in the photo and nothing in the background. The eyes must be clearly visible, so make sure there's no hair across your face or eyes. If you wear glasses, the eyes must be clearly showing through the lenses with no reflection. If unsure whether your glasses comply, remove them for the photograph.
I can tell you for sure that if your eyes are obscured in any way, shape or form, like with dark glasses like this, glasses that have big rims that obscure your face or eyes, that your passport photos are just not going to get through the process. Please make sure that your photo is in focus. Either use the autofocus mode, or if you're using manual, make sure that everything is absolutely sharp right through. These passport photos can't be arty. They need to be neutral. The lighting needs to be balanced, the camera angle needs to be square on, and we need to be pretty much spot on with what we do.
Pictures with any sort of head covering or headband will not be acceptable using our online service. If you must wear these for religious or medical reasons, you'll have to complete the application on paper and submit a print photo. Position the camera for a portrait photo, usually on its side. Position yourself in front of a plain, light background like a painted flat section of wall, about 1 to 1.5 meters from the background to reduce shadowing. The photographer should be standing 1 to 1.5 meters away from you, so facial features are not distorted. With the camera lens level with your eyes, and preferably on a tripod for a nice steady shot. Remember, no head covering, eyes clearly visible if wearing glasses, and no smiling or frowning.
You definitely don't want to say cheese to your subject. You want your subject looking neutral, with a neutral expression, with their eyes open and looking straight on to the camera.
There are several ways of getting an evenly lit portrait without shadows or red-eye. If your flash has a rotating head, tilt it up and bounce the light off the ceiling. Light up the background to cancel out shadows, but use the separation light on a low setting. Or just use available light, as bright as you can get it.
We tend to find that one light in the studio works really, really well, that's straight on. Or if you've got a white roof, you can bounce off a white roof quite successfully as well. It's that wraparound light that you're looking for, the evenness. It has to be perfect lighting with no shadows and no obvious highlights either.
It is quite critical how you frame up the shot. There's a chart on our website with all the technical specifications. You essentially need to make sure the head, including hair, takes up 75% of the frame, like this. The photographer may need to move closer or further away to get it right, and it's fine to use an optical zoom. Just don't use a digital zoom, as that gives a lower quality picture.
Check the exposure and make sure that everything's 100%. If it's not, readjust and give it another go.
As soon as you're happy with the picture, save it. Once you've transferred the picture to your computer, you can check its file size and pixel count using image viewing applications on your computer. Now it's ready. Don't forget, if all this seems too hard, we do recommend using the services of one of the many professional passport photo outlets who advertise their services in your area.
A photographer should understand all those areas like the lighting, the positioning, the comfort zones of people, and most importantly, the Department of Internal Affairs have put this series of prerequisites out to help and assist people. If you follow those guidelines, you shouldn't have too many problems.
Thanks for watching our tips for taking digital photos which can be uploaded to our online renewal service website. For more information or to see our tips for print photos, please visit our website at www.passports.govt.nz.